I'm having some indecisions about these foot peg hanger things. I was going to put them down here, but then I'm sort of thinking that they might be better off of here somewhere. But I haven't got enough pipe to put them along there. So I'm not really sure what to do now, but my mate Paul is bringing me some extra pipe work in, which is going to be really useful. And then I'm going to mess around with some additional shapes. This is what I'm favouring most, but it needs to be a bit longer than that. Look what came in a post! Some Renthal fat bars. Let's see if all these bits work together. Ooh, they are shiny. Very shiny. Okay, we've had some developments, so fast forward a little bit and got a few more bits done. And as you can see, things are looking a little bit more complete. We put some feet hangers on here, which clear the front wheel. We got the Renthal Fat Boys on there. We got this curious thing. So this is my stabilizer setup. We'll just have a little look at how that works. To stop, we can click that down, and as we pull away, we click it back up. So hopefully that will keep me upright for when I'm coming to a stop. And then we release it, and then we can ride ourselves along. So I think we've got ourselves a rolling chassis. No brakes on there yet. We've got the discs on there. Got to sort out some calipers. Now I'm thinking powertrain. Right, over here we've got all these bits. There are some brake levers that I won't be using because I'm going to be using hydraulics. But I've got to see whether I can take these micro switches out. Because the micro switches control when the front hub's powering. So touch the brakes, kills the power to the front wheel. So I've got to find a way of doing that. Lucky it's just a make and break by the look, so if need be I can rig up my own micro switches on my hydraulic levers. We've got a sensor here which I don't think I'll be using because that's all about when the crank's rotating, and haven't got any pedals on this bike. This is my LED display, so that needs to be connected. I think there's a power setting thing there and power on and off. Some buttons for scrolling through the menus, and there's the throttle. So the throttle's got 3 connectors and some handlebar grips. Another important bit in this pencil case here, we have a controller, speed controller, 48 volt DC, 22 amp, and that's got a raft of connections on there. Right, so I've lashed everything together temporarily just to check out what connections go where and get familiar with it. Put the display up there on the handlebars and the buttons and the throttle. But there's one plug that hasn't got anything plugged into it, and that is the power, the red and the black. In that cardboard box over there, there's something exciting. Let's have a look. The most expensive part of the bike build, and that is the battery. Let's have a little look what we got here. Connector, big old fuses, that's the charger connector. Okay, so there's some details written on here somewhere of what it is. So we've got a 48 volt 31.5 ampere battery made with Samsung cells. I think it's a 15S, and a chap made this for me as a one-off. He makes bespoke batteries. I'll put a link to his website in the instructions below. But yeah, I'm going to connect this up now and see whether we've got any juice in it. Let's see what happens. So So just pop that fuse. That's a 40 amp fuse. Wow. This can really deliver some amps. It's also got a Bluetooth BMS, so I can download an app to my phone that should tell me the state of charge and what all the cells are doing, whether they're all in balance or not. So I'll have to get round to doing that in a bit. They also very kindly sent me a charger, which is one of these. That one connects into there. So the idea is that this battery fits inside this wheel, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see that there's going to be plenty of room for it within the confines of the wheel. And if I can, I'll also get the controller in there as well, so it should all sit within that. Should be nice. And then I've got to find a way of changing all these cables and stuff into one fresh cable that I can run all the way through the pipework, all the way around, and then come out into the battery and into the controller. But let's see what happens now when I join that one to that one. Okay, so let's see if I press the power button, whether anything will happen. Okay, it's working, but it's upside down.
That means I got the brake on. No brake, brake, no brake, 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 no brake. That's cool.
It'd be nice to get a brake light rigged up, wouldn't it? Right, now then, will it start to go forward a bit?
I'll move my foot just in case. It moved.
Yeah.
They're very squidgy tyres.
Feels quite knocky it is.
That is very knocky. Ooh. You put a black line on your wheel.
What? Okay, that'll do.
You could actually get chicken strips.
Stop it a minute.